Welcome to my channel, Sunshine Shoulders. I'm Calvin. Thank y'all so much for stopping by again today. How to ruin your retirement. I could name this How to Ruin Your Life. Man, this last month, July, four very good friends of mine passed away. One guy was murdered, one guy took his own life, and two guys passed away, from being sick. And crazy thing about it, they were all younger than me. I think the oldest was 60, the youngest was 46. And this came across my mind, man. We only have a very, very short time in this life, man, on this earth, man. I just wanted to kind of talk about this briefly. I've always got a saying, man, this is my motto right here. I know that death is the ultimate punishment or reward. So I'm going to treat people the best way I know how. I'm not going to mistreat anybody. I mean, life is hard. You're not going to be here long, and then you're going to die. But the first thing I want to talk about is stop complaining, man. Chronic complaining all the damn time. I'm like Les Brown. Stop complaining if you're not going to do anything about it. And over here in the Philippines, man, expats, we complain all the damn time. Go home, man, or whatever it is. Life's too short. It goes by too quick. And Filipinos don't like to hear you, putting their country down, putting their fellow man down. But that's one thing I don't do as much as I used to. I don't complain, man. The second thing I'm going to talk about is, talking bad about other people. I don't do that. I don't make videos about people. I may joke or whatever it is, in passing. But you're not going to be here long, man. But this is something, man, that will ruin your retirement, that will ruin your life. Buying up shit all the time. Here lately, I've been spending a lot of money, and I sat down and thought about it because I was kind of depressed. They call that retail therapy. I've been spending all kind of money, man. Hell, even the ATM machine needs maintenance. It's time for me to slow down, man, and look at what's really going on. I believe I was missing my grandkids. Some guy hit me in the comments. He said, Cal, don't you miss your kids and grandkids? Absolutely, I do, man. And I'm going to, make it my business to go to see my kids and grandkids before the end of the year. I'm going to do that. But yeah, I've been buying up a whole lot of stuff, man. And it's really a sign of something else, really a symptom of something else that's going on. And plus, hell, it depletes your damn savings. You're 8,000 miles from home. Don't let strangers affect your mood. Now, this is a big one for me. I'm not talking about the haters and the trolls and all that. I'm just talking about when I watch the mainstream media, certainly with this war that's going on, man, and everything. I don't even know these people. I don't know Trump. I don't know Hexelf. I don't know any of them, man, but they piss me off. I'm just being honest with you. It's not only them, Netanyahu, it's all of that, the genocide that's going on in Gaza. It so bothers me, man. But these are strangers. It's nothing I can do about it. There's no sense in me letting strangers affect my mood because people are going to be people anyway. You know what I'm saying? That will ruin your retirement. Sitting up there watching, clips of Fox News and all these gossip. It's what most of YouTube is now. It's gossip. The guy gets fired from ESPN. I don't know these people. And they got me all up in my feelings. Because these videos are about me for real. But if you can relate, okay. But Binge drinking. I don't drink. I don't drink. But I see a lot of guys over here. You want to ruin your retirement? Become an alcoholic, man. Or a drug addict in your retirement. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. If you want to ruin your life, I've got experience in that, man. But, but through some hard work, through some help of a lot of people, I'm coming up on 29 years. May the 13th, 2027 be 29 years for me. No drugs, no alcohol, no nothing. But this is one of the things that can ruin your retirement, ruin your life. I believe one of my friends, I think he had went back to drinking. I think that's what eventually killed him. These 4 guys, I'm talking about boom, 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 boom. They say it happens in threes. This happened in 4s. I was telling Merle, I said, they say it happens in 3s. I'll be down when I got home. We got home from Elo, I get an email. Kent Man's brother, Keith, passed away. This is a young guy. He had to be in his, I guess, mid-50s, living his best life in Louisville, Kentucky. So, boom, it was 4 people. Drinking, eating poorly, not exercising, not taking care of yourself, A lot of my videos are about self-improvement. Reading, taking some type of training, doing something to improve your life, man. You're only going to be here a short while. It's all about the quality of life for me. But something else that I do, and maybe you do, worry about the future. That'll ruin your retirement, man. That'll ruin your life. Worrying about shit that's never going to happen, really. Remember I told you that the psychologists say that 92% of the things that we worry about never happen. And the other 8% worrying ain't going to help. But try telling that to somebody like me. Sometimes I just got to get up, man, strike out walking, or go to the gym or something to stop worrying. Worrying about the future. Worrying about the past. You can't have one foot in yesterday and one foot in tomorrow. What are you doing? You're pissing on today. That's what the guy told me. It's really true. But this has nothing to do with the Philippines, really. This has to do with life, man. I'm just having conversations on here. Whatever I can do, man, to help make your life better, man, I want to do it. I've already showed you that I could make it overseas. Does that mean you can make it? There's a possibility, but, if you're going to do the work that I've done. There's a guy, Dr. Ricky Jones. He's a professor. I think he's head of the Pan-African Studies at the University of Louisville. I know him. We're not real good friends, but I know him. I've been in the same circles and everything. He said something one time, they was like, man, you're a doctor and this and that. He was like, look, if you take the same courses I take and pass the same courses I took, you could be a doctor. And it's the same way. If you're willing to walk in my shoes, you can make it in Thailand, Vietnam, or whatever. But I think it's time that we have more conversations about helping each other, man. Our collective consciousness, man, is so powerful. I heard a guy, an ex-Vietnam vet, say that. He passed away, rest in peace, by the way. He said if once people realize we need each other, he said we could be on a whole other plane. He said we could be 1,000 years ahead of our time. He said we probably already be exploring other planets already. It just isn't in us. Okay? But thank y'all so much for stopping by, man. This came across my mind. Man, we're only here a short time, ladies and gentlemen. I'm preaching today. Stop treating each other so goddamn bad. And I said God, because it pisses me off. I'm going to die any damn way. Can't you let me enjoy my life while I'm here, the little short time I'm here? You always got to be fucking with me, with other people. Find something better to do with your time, ladies and gentlemen, because before you know it, it's going to be over. You know what I'm saying? If you look at this stuff, these is really habits of unhappy people. This is what unhappy people do, and a whole lot of other stuff. Making a mountain out of a molehill. That's something that you see expats do. That's what you see unhappy people do. This will ruin your retirement, man. It's not that bad over here as people want to make you think. They blow stuff out of proportion. It's really not that bad. But they want the clicks and the views or the companionship or whatever reason that they do it. And then it's the other side of that. They minimize stuff, man. Sometimes shit is worse than it is. Racism, hate, and all of that. Yeah. You can't minimize that stuff. It is what it is, you know. Learn how to deal with it, man. Learn what to do. They must be feeding those pigs over there. I don't know if y'all can hear them or not. Because yesterday, man, we had two of them geckos. If you move to the Philippines, you're going to see them. I'm not talking about these little bitty ones that I deal with on a daily basis. I'm talking about one of them yesterday was about 6 inches long. With his tail, he was about 9 inches long. But the other one was even bigger that the grandmother had gotten rid of the other day. They tore down a house over here. I think that's where they're coming from. Somebody said maybe they saw some bugs in your house, Cal. I don't know what it is. It scares the living daylights out of me. They don't bother you, but they creepy looking, man. Go on my shorts. But find it in your heart to help somebody. Now the day goes by, I don't help somebody. You know, I spent the wheel last night. I'm waiting for the people to come forward. You know, August 22nd, I'm doing a special spin wheel. It's going to be our 6-year anniversary of Sunshine Shoulders. And I'm going to spin the wheel 7 times. First 6 times, 1,000 pesos each. The 7th time, I'm going to give one of my Filipino subscribers 6,000 pesos. Yeah, you heard that right, 6,000 pesos. Because if I don't know anything else, I know there's one thing for sure. When we help other people, we help ourselves. Take care, stay safe, stay out of trouble. I'll see you next time. And don't do anything stupid. Enjoy your life, man, because you're only going to be here a short time. You already know that, though. But for some reason, we can't wrap our minds around it. We think we're going to live to be 1,000 years old. You're not. The little nephew was so messed up about his uncle passing away. Well, he was killed. He put his picture in the casket. He didn't show his face. He thanked the funeral home. He said, man, you know, y'all really got him looking good. It broke my heart, man, because I can see this guy, you know, when he was alive, you know, he was a hustler. He was a gambler. He was a money maker. You know, he was one of those guys, one of those early, what they call him, when he had that brick cell phone, you know. He got it early, you know, with all that stuff. He was always on top of stuff like that. But now he's gone, 56 years young. And it got me to thinking, man. I'm 63. I'm really living on borrowed time. I'm really living on any time now. I'm not going to mistreat anybody, guys. If you hear somebody say, yeah, Sunshine Shoulder said this or said that, I'm mistreating, they're a damn lie. Because I know you're going to die. You're only going to be a short time. I'm not going to make this journey any worse than it has to be, guys. I'm working on an idea right now, jungle fever. Filipinos who love black men. It's long overdue. I'm going to interview some Filipinos who are with black men or who dated black men. Because, you know, that part of the story needs to be told from their side. Okay, guys? But life goes by too quick. Learn to deal with whatever it is you're going through, man. But the number one thing on that list was chronic complaining. Stop complaining. You ain't going to do nothing about it.
Boots on the ground, don't do nothing stupid. Give that man his flowers. A tribute through music.
If I don't know nothing, I know one thing. When we help